All right, this is the Common Gold Podcast. We back. We here with Mikayle, Evan, Jason, and Bly. We have two new guests today, and they are currently DSU students, and they're gonna join us in talking about college stuff because I really don't know nothing about college.
All right, the first topic is PWIs versus HBCUs. Being that you guys are HBCU students, first let's start with HBCUs and be like, how's your experience been going? Like, what do you think?
I say it's different because you love to learn your own culture. Mm-hmm. Like you love to learn black people. Like you take African American classes, so you learn more about your people, so you learn more about yourself.
All right, that's what's up.
From like an academic standpoint, I believe that it's maybe not up to par as PWIs.
Yeah.
However, I feel like the other things, like you said, the culture, you learn more about our culture, which was African American, that you wouldn't learn in a PWI. Just the environment is usually better. It's more of a family environment. You get more people that's usually generally nicer than like at a PWI. And just like the parties and just extracurricular activities is usually better too. So.
Right. Now I know there's a lot of pros, but what are some cons you would say attending HBCUs? Because there's a lot of things such as like hazing. And there's like, yeah, it's crazy, man. Like hazing is one of those. It was number one at one point when it comes to college and things. But how do y'all feel about what are some obstacles y'all face attending HBCUs?
About the academics, usually the teachers, the classes, all that usually aren't up to par as PWIs. The dorm rooms and stuff usually that most HBCUs have aren't like the ones at PWIs. And maybe even to like the CAFs and stuff, you don't get a lot of the off-campus like eateries like Dunkin' and stuff like that. Most schools don't have those, and just like the regular CAF food usually isn't like that good.
That shit is trash. That's trash.
I say it's because of the funding. HBCUs don't get the funding that PWIs get. You feel
Definitely.
me?
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you think that has to do with black culture, or do you think it's just?
I mean, yeah, because like most of the time, like the funding come from like people that graduated, alumni. And a lot of times within black culture, people don't like to give back. You know what I'm saying? That's terrible to say, but sometimes it's the truth. Like at PWIs, you got people that graduate and come back to their school all the time and just be like, yo, I went here, I'm gonna go ahead and support. But I think it's kind of different at PWIs, except to somebody that's like well known, I guess. Like somebody that's like in the spotlight all the time, they don't maybe give back. They feel more like they have to at that point. But
so y'all feel like HBCUs should get the same support as PWIs? I'm guessing.
Definitely. From the people that went there, the community, all that, I feel like HBCUs don't get that same love. Shoot, just DSU alone, Dover High probably gets more state funded than Delaware State.
That is true.
They
can't
right.
Whole new football field, everything.
That's
New school.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That's fast.
Oh, question for J-Mac. I know you in the military, bro. And one, did you get your Camaro yet?
What?
Your Camaro, bro?
Bro, did you get married?
No, I ain't
You ain't get married? Alright, cool.
No, my real question.
Everybody in the military be getting married. What's the secret? Like, why they? What's the reason?
More bread?
Oh, okay, I know.
My question is, being that you're in the reserves now, and then they basically paying for your classes, right?
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah. Why, if you were trying to convince me, why would you suggest that I go in the military and then go back to college?
Bro, you get mad benefits. It's a different experience. You get to meet more people around the world. So that's what I'm saying. That's all I got for you.
You've been.
I'm not joining the military for that.
Bro, look,
It's a no for me.
You get your school paid for. You get all your health benefits. That's still all I got for you, bro.
Yeah, it's like I
That's pretty
understand.
much it.
Yeah, my family got a military background. I really
So you didn't get a military discount.
And I'm not
You
even
know
in the military, and I benefit from it.
Exactly.
So I was like,
That's fine.
Your
Yeah.
kids go benefit for it.
Yeah.
You can pass your school benefits to your kids.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's
Cause
more-
my dad in the military, I ain't never got. Well, he was in the military. I ain't never got nothing for school.
Yeah.
And I'm about to call him right now and be like, "What's up?" Like,
Taking your benefits.
yeah, real rap. Like, you not at school? Let me get them. You don't need them. Like,
It's more of a generational thing, setting the next generation up.
yeah.
So do you feel like now that you're in the military, do you feel like you get more respect when you wear the uniform or as a so-called Black American in the country?
No, it's definitely when I wear a uniform.
Oh, okay.
I feel that. So, what made you choose the HBCU to go to, out of the military? Why not go to more like a PWI, more recognized?
You could probably go anywhere. Honestly,
you could have went to UD or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? Why DSU?
Because I've been surrounded by like a PWI school most of my life. Like Smyrna is all white people.
Right.
That's a fact.
Going to DSU, I want to be around my own people. You feel me?
Right.
But most people you went to DSU though was like people that you went to school with since like the beginning, right?
That's facts.
Yeah.
Honestly, like we went to school together at one point, and now we back at DSU. You feel me? So it all come back around full circle.
Yeah,
With that being said, what I'm gonna say about HBCUs, because I went to a PWI, just transferred to DSU. And the experiences is definitely different in my opinion, as far as the culture and how people like recognize you on campus. At a PWI, I just felt like another like statistic. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody on campus was really looked like me or really cared about what I had to do or what I was trying to do. They didn't really care as far as like being involved with like extracurricular activities. Like I played baseball when I was there, ended up quitting, and after that it was just like, who cares? You know what I'm saying?
Why did you quit?
Why did I quit? Politics, man. Like I wasn't getting playing time I wanted to, and
understandable.
Yeah, the coach was saying I was gonna get playing time. I never really got it, so I was like, I'm out of here.
You gotta know the right people, bro.
Oh, for sure. And I thought I did, which is why I went there.
Honestly, that's with all athletics, bro. You gotta know the right people.
I was gonna say sports is like one of the biggest things when you'll see politics.
Yeah.
If you don't know the right person, you gotta work 20 times as hard.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's how we look.
So, do you think that the politics in sports are different at HBCUs opposed to PWI? Do you think it's the same? Like,
It's always gonna be the same.
it's always gonna be the same.
It's gonna be the same, but I feel like it's just a tad bit different than at PWI.
What you mean?
If you the one ink spot, right, on a team full of whites or whatever, you always looked at. They're gonna probably be like, I don't know, you might have to work twice as hard. Like
He was always told that.
Exactly. Definitely, we always have. So I just feel like there it's just like you already like almost like don't fit in almost. There's not a lot of people that look like you. Even the environment you in on that team is not probably your environment technically.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just like you gotta work 20 times as hard.
Right.
Yeah. One question I have for Kale and Bly, since y'all went to PWIs at one point. Would you ever say that you felt out of place, being that there's not many people of color at the school? Because personally, being that I've gone, well, not college, but high school, and like sometimes I would be in classes full of white people, and I wouldn't feel like comfortable.
Right.
I definitely feel like it's almost like you kind of have to like hold some stuff back. Around them, like if you want to say it like that,
like certain parts of like your personality.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because they can't relate to that.
They can't relate. They don't like can't relate, don't understand, or it's just like they never been around that, so they don't know how that is, like what you're saying, like anything from the words you're saying to how you dress, anything. So I definitely I know what you said.
Honestly, like it started early, like in high school for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to Apo and it was predominantly white. You know what I'm saying? And I got a bunch of white friends. You know what I'm saying? Like that's never been an issue. Like I always felt comfortable with them.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? I'm an adaptable person, so like no matter what situation you put me in, I'm gonna adapt to it. But it's oftentimes like at a PWI or even in high school where I felt like, damn, like I can't talk to so and so about X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not gonna understand that part of my lifestyle. You know.
But I will say one thing about playing like basically a sport like baseball, which is usually a predominantly white sport. It lets you interact and get comfortable around all different types of people. You get what I'm saying? So I already, like I said before, with how they act and how they are, I know how to react around them just like I know how to act around people like that look like us. You get what I'm saying? And that doesn't just help you in sports. That helps you in the real world, in the classroom, with professors, like all that.
Yeah. And that's what's up. But we gotta move on to the next topic. All right.
Cool.
All right, for our next topic, we got Tekashi 6ix9ine. He started his trial for his racketeering case this week, and a couple names that come up in his statements have been Cardi B, Jim Jones, Casanova. He also spoke on the Chief Keef alleged shooting that he set up. And how do y'all feel about this little situation?
There's a reason. There's a reason why there's sidewalks.
Explain.
Streets not for everybody.
That's a fact.
Yes, sir. Nah, that nigga is definitely his family not safe at this point.
That is
honestly.
a fact.
Like, they need to go ahead and change his name. You know, get the tattoos off him, move his family to another country, like
And dye his hair.
bro. I mean,
All that shit.
they could drop some money
Can't
for
even
it.
be a witness protection with all those tattoos. Everywhere he goes, people are gonna know.
That's
He
true.
says
Right.
6'9" on him.
You're not gonna be in no. Yo, when he get out, they gonna throw him on the street and be like, "Here he is."
He gonna be
I
like,
never-
They don't care,
is.
but they got what they wanted. You feel me? Like, it's over.
I never took him seriously to begin
Yeah.
with.
That's the thing.
It wasn't serious at all.
That's the thing. People really were thinking he was some gang member
That's
and stuff
facts,
like
bro.
that. I don't
Bro.
I remember I used to
Off
go
the rip, I
in
know.
depth conversations with people saying, "Yo, he does this, he does that, he does
Well, I
this."
mean,
when he was trolling, and they were like, "Yo, he really did this, he really did this." Now it's like, all right,
You seen when he was on O Block? That was a troll.
Yeah, for sure.
but you know,
Crazy.
Give him
but
his credit though. He knew how to market the fuck out of it.
He did.
He did.
But I'm low key mad at his old OGs in the rap game, like niggas like 50 that back that. You know what I'm saying? Like 50.
This goes
50
back
backed that for his
I
benefit.
was about to
I
say
mean,
this
yeah.
goes back
Yeah.
to the clout chasing era. 50 know if he aligned with 6ix9ine at that moment, followers, likes, just all this extra
He is
publicity
a businessman.
on him. You
He
know
is
what
a
I mean?
businessman. He's smart. I get
everybody,
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like everybody that was supporting Six is in question. Every single one of them, even the DJs, every single individual.
I will have this question. If y'all was in his situation, and I'm saying like, oh, you literally did nothing. Your man's is your gang members, friends, whatever, is fucking your baby moms,
Kidnapped you,
robbed you,
on camera.
and then they about to send you to jail with those niggas. Oh nah.
As far as
You snitching, right? You the snitch? Whoa, first off.
That's crazy.
No.
This
is why- this is why I said
Let me explain.
sidewalks.
Let
Sidewalks.
me
Yes,
explain.
sir.
Let me explain.
All right, go ahead, rap.
You said
No.
rap. You said go rap.
I
Now
don't
let him
condone.
rap.
I don't condone it. I don't condone
He said go
it. You
rap.
see, this is why you gotta let me elaborate.
Like the second episode, you gotta
You
get
gotta
fired, bro.
elaborate. I don't condone it, but I understand it. No.
I'm gonna listen to you. All right?
No, he's a human being.
This is
Bro, you put
He's at
yourself
the
in that
prime.
situation.
He's
Oh,
at
my
the height
kid
of his
going
career,
always-
and he about to go to jail, bro. What else
You
he
put
gonna do?
yourself there.
my
bro.
thing is, look. As far as the code,
There you go.
you're not supposed to.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, and I agree with you. I'm saying, but I understand what he did.
Once someone chooses to be in that lifestyle,
You gotta stay
they really not even like a civilian or a regular like human no more. They gotta live by gang culture.
Yep.
Whatever they do, to the point where if something happens, they can't even call the cops. They gotta take other actions. That's how that works for them. You know what I'm saying? So if we're looking at it from the gang culture side, you can't do it. Whatever he did to get into the gang, that's what he chose. So he gotta live by that code, regardless.
With
to
that
the
being
end.
said, though, bro,
Regardless of how many years they gave him.
one of the theories that I had for a while now is that 6ix9ine was never a nigga that's supposed to get popping off just his songs, his popularity. He was planted into the rap game. Honestly, I'm not feeling like that's like a fad.
Buy that game.
Like feds.
Buy that game.
No, he was definitely planted by the gang. That was
Yeah.
Yeah, by the gang. They
I
split-
think
they-
in his clout, put the game
They
on.
split the fuck
Yeah,
out.
but the
of him.
feds are the gang. Our gang.
Exactly. The feds is the biggest gang in America,
The feds
bro.
are a
The
gang.
feds.
So yeah, that's true. I agree with that.
So
Like,
what I'm gonna say about that is, you got this man immediately as soon as something popped off, he giving them all the information that they need and want it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm trying to figure out how are they taking care of him to the point where he's giving that information up willingly. You feel me?
You talking
He
about
took a
who?
deal.
I understand. He took a deal, but
they said if he does do jail time, he will get out beginning of 2020.
I was about to say
Now,
the
he had
time
mad
that
time
he's
on
already
his
been
head,
in
too.
there.
Exactly.
All the ratting he's done.
With
You
that
know
being
what I'm saying?
said, do y'all feel like when he get out,
You gonna die.
can he come?
It's
Can
over.
he?
You gonna die.
They didn't kill Zimmerman. He not gonna die. Listen,
whoa.
Malcolm, that is a
Listen,
different thing,
listen.
bro.
I mean,
that's
No gang
different.
member.
yeah. Well,
they rules is different, bro.
yeah. But I'm saying, like, when 6ix9ine get out, do you feel like he can come back in that spotlight?
Hell no.
Oh, like the industry.
Yeah,
The
but
crazy thing is,
yes, he can.
yes.
In this era,
In this era, I mean, yeah, because like
yes.
niggas love clout.
There's
You know
people
what I'm saying?
today that's like having shootouts on Instagram Live. Yes, he can.
It's not even about the shootout part. Social media, a lot of people that are these people that push social media, that get a lot of these dudes money, they know nothing about that culture. They know nothing about ratting. They get in that situation, they snitching too. They don't care. His music hot. They like the colorful hair. They like the
Exactly.
trolling. Now, when
Right.
the trolling stop, it definitely will go down.
Yeah, well, I know
It'll
there's a lot of
definitely go
people just going on social media and be like, "Oh, if I was in his situation, I'd never do that." It's like, yes, you would.
down.
I miss the era where rappers were really what they rapped about.
Yeah.
That's facts, bro.
We're never gonna see that era again. You can get as a rapper, you can get your card pulled, and it won't matter.
You seen it happen to Drake. You feel me?
Shut up.
Y'all
Just
think
saying,
people
bro.
go work with him? Huh? You think people go work with him if he get out?
I mean, if they
when he
do,
get
then we
out,
know what kind of niggas they are.
Because the reason why I say yes is because it's a business at the end of the day.
No, because they're I will say labels do set up other artists on the labels together, because I know, like, for example, Tory Lanez is working with the Catch Me Outside girl because they both on the same label. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Get her a hit for what?
yeah, because if the label goes to Tekashi and be like, bro, we got this record, it's like we gonna get such and such on it. They would sign with us like the other day. And this is gonna happen.
And y'all saying when he get out, they gonna kill him. You don't have to go outside to make music.
I'm saying. He didn't have to go outside to troll.
He's gonna find a bunker.
He didn't have to leave.
You don't
have to. He doesn't have to leave. Like,
hey, yo,
He doesn't money off touring though.
that's
That
true.
is, yeah.
bro.
You gotta go
I
outside
mean,
eventually.
He didn't make money off touring. If you look at his career, he didn't tour.
Yes, he did.
All he did was troll.
He was doing festivals, bro, before he went.
Yeah, from what
He went
ages
overseas,
14
He
and
was
then
to
he
what?
came-
money. He was making some money too.
Yeah.
He was making
I
some
don't.
money.
No, not as much.
I don't know if he was trolling, but he
It
said at one
wasn't
point
a
he was
world
making
tour.
100K.
I think it
100K a
was.
show.
I think when it wasn't
statewide.
touring, but he was performing on concerts where it was like this artist and other
The
guests.
crazy thing is he wasn't seeing half of that money. He had to pay back those gang members. A lot of
That's
for
a,
protection.
yeah, because
for
once he
all.
got paid, all that money just went in like so many
Yeah.
different directions.
I feel like a lot of these artists will be paying for protection too.
Oh, definitely.
for sure.
Especially.
But you know,
No, some of it's
I heard
understandable.
I heard something about
You can't-
Cardi.
Now I'm
bro.
saying like
There's-
because now they saying Cardi was never a blood.
Yeah.
She's paying protection
That's what
so
I
she
heard.
can throw up the beat. Like
Yeah.
people do that for real.
That's true.
That's how it part.
And
can't respect
that's,
that.
That's the day and age we in though
Asking
right
for
now.
protection because
Not
of that?
asking, like
No, not
paying
asking,
for it, bro.
Paying for it.
Because
for
if you look at the archetype of a rapper today is gang member and then knowledgeable.
Yeah.
I hate that. Like, why can't we just be knowledgeable? It has to be a Crip and he has to be like smart. Like, why is that every? I mean, if you realize every rapper is like that, it's like carbon copy of everybody. Like,
That's true. But that's what's selling right now. It's marketable. You know what I'm saying? Because
Besides, you know who, Jerk, he don't even do any of that.
That's a fact.
But that's for
Anyway.
a different day.
That's a fact.
Kendrick don't either, bro.
At the end of,
He's
no,
got-
there's
he's got- he's got
J. Cole don't
gang
either.
ties.
there's
Yeah,
certain
Kendrick's got
levels.
gang ties.
He got gang ties, but
he
he
speaks about gang
he
ties.
trying to unite them. It's
He's
different.
talking
No,
about
no.
J. Cole.
J. Cole too. He's another one.
He got gang. He got
No,
ties.
I'm saying
Oh,
he's
all right.
like Drake, but Kendrick's got gang ties. He talks about gang culture. He gets thrown in that bush with him.
it's crazy. But you know, it's all crazy for 6ix9ine's case. Like, it's just like, I feel like regardless, everybody they're still gonna rock with him. It don't,
I mean,
it don't
yeah.
They
matter.
are definitely.
I mean,
He
that's
did have a
just the day
fan
and age we
base.
in.
Be honest,
He got a fan base of like a bunch of little kids that don't
Yeah,
understand.
it's a
I
bunch
just
of-
came across
look at his-
page. They're like free 6ix9ine. I'm like, wow.
They probably got hundreds of thousands of
Yes,
followers
they
too.
do. A bunch of rainbow stuff. All over
Majority
the-
of majority of his fans are not even like our age. Most of they're at a young age.
They're not even-
Whites too.
They're not our age.
Yeah,
they're not our
they
skin
understand
color,
that
bro.
I
too.
feel like
Culture.
I feel like they
Understand
don't
all of it.
respect hip hop enough.
Bro,
Like
but like
the younger generation.
To
Who
go back to
does?
my point, bro, it's marketable. Being in part of gang culture is marketable right
I
now.
feel,
You know
I
what
feel
I'm
like
saying?
at this
Because-
point in time, and like the music industry being marketable is more sought after than rather just
Yeah,
being
Their talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Bro, right,
Yeah.
bro. So the hip hop
You
is
could be
marketable right
trash
now because
and
of
blow
gang
up.
culture and stuff right now. And I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna make a comparison. When rock and roll first came out, it was like rebellious, right? You know, see, people liked it because
Yeah.
of how rebellious it was, how different it was from anything else. Right now, hip hop is the #1 genre in America right now, and
In
it's
the
taking
world.
place, in the world,
Yeah.
and it's taking the place of rock and roll in regards to it being rebellious and stuff like that. So for majority of his listeners to be white and young, and they not to know anything about gang culture, it's rebellious, and that's why they support, and that's why it's marketable, because they so intrigued by what's going on.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about the whole situation. Like, it's
Yeah.
marketable to be a part of gang culture, and that's that. But I know we run out of time. Let's get to the
Yeah.
next topic, bro.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, next topic. And we back. Next topic is Boondocks. They have been renewed by HBO, and they are receiving 2 seasons, 24 episodes total, and it will be back fall 2020, and it will be aired on HBO Max, which is dropping spring 2020, I believe.
Something like that.
And I'm pretty sure we're all fans of Boondocks. What do y'all think, and what are y'all expecting from this?
I just hope niggas is not sensitive about what they got to say, because right now,
fact.
when Boondocks first dropped, it was real uncut. They said what they wanted to say, and nobody was offended by it. Now it's society now. I don't know how they gonna take it.
I think that kind of like ties in back from when we did the Dave Chappelle segment when what did Dave say again? He said something that was crazy.
Yeah.
And everybody
I think it was something about like the LB the alphabet people.
I was about to say, his voice has LBG.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I hope they don't
He said the
sugarcoat
alphabet
it.
people.
I hope they don't sugarcoat it at all.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
they got
it's
too
gonna be
much content right now for them to sugarcoat.
Yeah, one thing
anything.
that's what I was about to say. Would you, what's like real life situation are y'all hoping to see on the show?
Tekashi.
6ix9ine, 6ix9ine, R. Kelly, who else?
Kel.
Well, Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Brown, they gonna
Bill
go-
Cosby.
Bill Cosby. They gonna-
Like,
they did Kells already before.
They did. And they gonna have to do it again, bro. Like, I want to see all of that.
Oh, and one thing I forgot to add: the first episode will be like a 50-minute debut. Yeah.
50 minutes of Boondocks?
I think the show gonna be canceled.
To take back
Think
what
it's
he
gonna
was
be
Yeah, I think
saying
it's gonna be
about,
canceled.
about them not being sensitive, I think that's what HBO want. They want controversy.
Yeah.
I mean, because all publicity is good publicity. You know what I'm saying? So that controversy
fact.
gonna bring them more fans. That mean that is true. That could be a money
It
grab.
might lose some more fans too.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're gonna tune in. Don't look
yeah.
at these ratings.
But are you really watching the Boondocks not knowing what you're gonna expect? Like say, with the Dave
That's a
Chappelle
fact.
thing, like you
Exactly.
click on
That's
his
a
face
fact.
to see what you're going.
Exactly.
You know what you
You're
get.
not gonna be on TV. It's like, oh, what's Boondocks?
Nah, bro. You know what it was hitting for.
Boondocks was lit when
It was lit, bro.
Oh yeah. Real quick.
Oh, and one more thing about that.
Okay.
They changing up the like the graphics of how they looking too.
I don't
saw
like the way it
something about
looks.
some
Really?
kinda anime looking.
Y'all
type
know
of-
Oh, come on. I hate when they do that, bro.
I hate it.
Yes, but I guess it's new technology and new design.
Yeah, it
No,
makes
bro.
sense.
Like, it's like the Sonic movie. Remember they had the
Yeah.
bag, and then
That
they
boy
heard
Alex
about it.
Craig.
Yeah, bro. They was mad
Oh, yeah,
about
guys,
that.
real quick.
That was bad.
I'm curious. I want to go
Not
around.
fire
Favorite
about
Boondocks
that.
episode.
We never heard anything
Yeah,
else.
Boondocks
about that
episode.
Favorite
Sonic movie.
Boondocks episode.
I'm gonna say when Tom had a nigga moment. You know,
Yeah, I remember
bro.
that. I would say
was crazy.
when Tom went to jail and he was being chased by Fleece Johnson. Y'all know who that is, bro. Favorite episode. You got one, Malcolm?
Not off the top of my
I was
head.
about to say I don't have any. Just the
I don't
old-
have it yet.
the
I don't
old
got
head-
one, but
old
the
head
R.
be
Kelly
killing.
joint funny.
The argument,
The
yeah.
R. Kelly joint funny. I don't got one with the R. Kelly
The
joint.
old head.
If anything, I would have to
Yeah.
say yeah, because that's what I really remember, the R. Kelly episode
Oh, that's true.
when he was on trial and then he had everybody singing. That's the one episode I remember that had me dying. I'm not gonna front.
Yeah. And honestly, if they really do Tekashi and like put him in,
Bro,
that's
that's
good.
gonna be hilarious.
That's gonna be hilarious, but if they say anything about like homosexuality or something, that might be an outbreak.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, it's like
You know
You know what you're
Riley,
getting
bro.
into.
I know,
Riley
I know
been
what you're
saying
saying,
that.
but that was years ago.
You're
It's
not
a
Yeah.
gonna
different,
go
it's
to
a
the
different
stove
time.
and not expect
Is
it
it?
to be hot.
So you feel like they'll lose fans?
I don't think. I think they're
It's
gonna have a
not-
lot more fans now.
I'll say
It's a
you
different
think it will
generation,
get
bro.
criticized.
You just go get
It's,
criticized.
I mean, that's cool though, but I feel like they're gonna gain more fans
right
off
now.
of that.
Twitter go kill him, bro.
I think Twitter could be right with it.
I don't know.
Cause like the OGs on Twitter know like what
Yeah.
Boondocks is
OGs,
hitting for,
but it's a
Yeah,
new
you know.
generation coming.
and I get that, but like
It's gonna be
you can't-
mad memes.
Yeah,
Oh.
Me and Mikayle are meme people.
Yeah, for
I
sure,
do
bro.
mad
Like,
memes.
But I
I'm
feel
with
like
it.
if Family Guy didn't dumb down their material when they
about to
came
say.
back, the Boondocks shouldn't have to dumb
That's
down their
fair,
material.
bro. Family Guy,
Family
South
Guy-
Park,
Family Guy's
American
worse.
Dad,
we,
Simpsons,
all,
like
we all know why
Like-
that's viewed
Oh,
differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause Family Guy's for
Family Guy is worse though when it comes
Family
to
Guy
things
is
like
crazy
that.
as shit, bro. That's wild. They
They
can say whatever they
say
want to say.
Explicit, bro. Like I don't
If
think
they don't got to monitor what they saying, Boondocks shouldn't have
We
to.
have hope. Cleveland Brown show still on.
Bro, Cleveland Brown show it never did good. It was trash. They did Cleveland so dirty.
they did. They really
They
did.
violated my man.
They
Right,
violated.
bro.
I don't know who wrote that show,
They
but
tried to give us a show. That's basically
Yeah,
They changed like, hey, y'all
they did a half.
complaining.
They did a half job.
You can still rate
They
it.
yup.
It was
That's a
real
fact.
bad,
Put the
bro.
resources into it, though.
Yeah.
Bro, they didn't. They really. That's
Yeah.
the worst spin off
you
I've seen in my
know,
time.
they
That's a
half-ass shit when
When it comes to
especially- yeah. Like, come on.
I didn't even know it was 4 seasons, bro.
Bro.
That shit crazy.
I turned it off
I
after the
didn't even
first
know
episode, bro.
I thought it was
I did
shorter.
this shit one episode, turned it right off. I couldn't do it. I was like,
I
hell
didn't know
no.
there was 4 seasons.
It was 4 seasons, dog.
That shit was terrible, bro. So it's,
Surprised it lasted that long.
honestly, so
Yeah. And I believe HBO Max is like a separate like streaming service. So would y'all
so I gotta pay extra for that.
cop up?
So if I got cable and I'm paying for the HBO,
It'll probably be paired in with it, but like for those like
You gotta
I know
run it,
Malcolm
Is
don't
it-
got cable.
Is it some type
If you got
of
a Fire
online
Stick, you
feature
good.
that they bring
No,
up?
I
you know what I'm
think
saying? That's all
Is
my
it?
Android niggas over there.
Yeah.
You got a Fire Stick, you 100. You ain't gotta worry about
I just
like
downloaded
that.
the app for real. That's it.
You're that guy.
HBO app?
Oh, okay.
But they cost money though, don't it? Don't they cost money? Cause I know the Stars app do when I try to watch Power.
It's not that much, bro.
You pay for this stuff.
Bro, my fire state not working right now. I gotta re.
If you just don't go to 1, 2, 3 movies, bro.
But I'm not. I got a virus on my computer last night.
That comes with 100 viruses.
Exactly. I couldn't.
Same thing happened to. How do y'all be getting viruses?
Cause, bro,
I watch movies all the time.
Your computer's probably built in with like a firewall that protects you from that. You just don't know it.
No.
I mean, I got a MacBook, bro, and I still got a virus, bro. And it's still fucking up my computer to this day. I swear to God, bro.
Maybe it's another site.
Hey yo, it's all about how you set it
Don't
up.
say nothing.
It's another site.
Nah.
Trying to watch Endgame early and your shit go down.
Nah, it wasn't Endgame, bro.
Trying to get.
Tighten up. Chill. I don't partake in those activities.
In all honesty, I'm really hyped for the Boondocks to come back. I just want to see what like how they actually like present it. Like I know the design. They had like an image of what the design looked like. I wasn't really into it, but
Do you think knowing like about Riley, do you think they're gonna tone his antics down?
they better not.
They better not. My thing is, when they come out with this episode, they gotta come direct. They gotta do it precisely the way that it was meant to be done, or it's gonna be a flop. You know, if they come in there and they tone down their content, people can be like, oh, that's not what I wanted to watch back in the day. I'm not
If
watching
it ain't broke, don't fix
But
it.
if they go too crazy, then it's like, oh yeah, like y'all really violate, right? I can't stand by that. So they gotta really keep the same exact content, but the same way they executed it in the past for it to be successful. I don't think they should have changed the graphics.
No.
So that's already
did
a
it.
red
You know,
flag.
they did it every show, though.
and like for those who don't know, I'm an anime head, and you know,
hell.
yeah,
Hentai.
but, yeah. But no, like I know when they redo and do spin-offs, and like honestly when they redo shows, they up the graphics, and sometimes it flops and sometimes it does
like Death Note.
It's a technical.
No, Death Note. I'm like when Dragon Ball Z. I forget. I can't name another one, but yeah, when stuff like that.
When they did if I do say it'll be like kid shows. I remember they redid the graphics of like Ben 10,
Teen Titans.
Teen Titans,
They
American
ruined Teen
American
Titans.
They
Dragon.
changed the whole Teen Titans show.
Bro, they
That
ruined
shit-
Teen Titans for me, bro.
It's certain scenes that's funny as I ain't gonna hold you. Like if you really watch it, it's certain scenes that I was like, yo, they
won't
they
be
got
watching
jokes on
that.
here. But I couldn't do it. So with Boondocks, I hope they don't go too crazy with the graphics and like ruin.
They
the
bringing
show.
back the lady who voiced Riley in them.
We've had to see
We
If
might
they
have to
do
see.
it-
because no,
if
she
they
did
do, I
multiple.
feel
I think
it.
she did
If
multiple
they-
voices.
Yeah, she had like 6 voices.
Wow.
If they don't bring her back,
Oh, Regina Hall.
yeah, I feel like it's gonna be trash. They don't bring her back.
I heard check now. She
Facts.
good out there too.
That's
Get a
facts.
bag.
She need to get a bag.
But on that point, we're gonna have to wrap up and move on.
All right.
Pause.
For the next topic, we got cancel culture. How do y'all feel about when people get canceled for what they do and their actions outside of their profession? You know, like for example, Kanye or like Drake and his blackface situation.
Who wants
You
to
know,
start
I
it
ain't
off
want to say
first?
that.
I say it's situational. You can't cancel everybody off everything, bro.
That's a fact. Yeah, because
Why?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Why not?
Why? You was talking about earlier. You can't cancel Chris Brown because you looked into the situation.
I mean, but when I first heard about it, I was like, I'm not
Because you
listening
didn't
to him
look
no
into
more.
the situation.
There
Bro.
you
Yeah,
go.
that's a fact.
You gotta
Okay.
read the backstory.
Exactly.
Okay, but if you read the backstory and check out that he was on some bullshit,
Yeah, if
would
you was
you?
on some bullshit, you
Now,
can cancel them.
that's,
So you cancel Kanye?
I do agree with reading
I'm
to the
not canceling
backstory, but it's a difference
I'm not
where
canceling Kanye.
Hold on.
I'm canceling Kanye when it comes to
Can I put
politics.
in a little, just a small note about
Politics, he
Kanye?
gotta
Bro,
go.
like
Not
if
canceling
Kanye, we talking about canceling Kanye for. At the end of the day, I don't agree with him, but it's an opinion. Are we gonna start canceling people for their opinions, bro?
Exactly.
Yes, if somebody
Wow.
an opinion, listen, if somebody has an opinion that directly affects you, you're not gonna cancel that. This nigga sat there and said y'all ancestors.
I'm gonna be like, oh damn.
Listen, he sat there and said y'all ancestors chose to be slaves.
And you want to know something crazy?
Bro, that's
I don't
it may
think
have
he
been-
really meant that.
It may have been put out of context,
think it
but
was put out of
and I
context.
get that it may have been put out of context, but he's a celebrity that has a bunch of media training that knows what to say and when to say and how to say it.
He don't listen to
Kanye
no
don't know
media
what to say.
training.
I understand
Come
that,
on
bro,
now.
but bro, at some point, if you get that
don't
popping
do
as an
no media
artist,
training.
you sit down with your PR team and they
He don't
teach you
have
how-
one.
they
He
teach
don't
you
have
how-
one.
I promise you,
Kanye
every
don't have
artist
no-
does.
Kanye has no PR
Hold
team.
on, hold on.
Kanye
Kanye
has
been his
no
own PR team for
Kanye-
like years now.
Kanye
bro.
been saying the wrong
PR
thing his whole
team.
career, dog.
So when you say we shouldn't check people for their opinions, so just like Mikayle said, how he said we said everybody what about the slave? What was it again?
Your ancestors chose to be slaves.
Now, as an individual, how do you feel about that? Or you don't
I
care?
feel like that.
I'm offended.
I feel like
Now-
that is an ignorant statement.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like again, I've been saying this.
Let him rap.
Hold on.
Let him
I've
rap.
been saying this. I feel like Kanye was trying to get across a different type of message, but he worded it completely wrong. And how that was said, it should have never been said.
So how would you have worded it?
He said I'm not.
I
That's
could-
a touchy
I
subject.
could pick
I'm
it
not
up.
sure if there's
I
like
could
a
pick it
clean
up.
way
I
to
could
do
pick it
that.
up. The way I interpreted it was more of like he was saying they could have did other options instead of just being enslaved.
And he was also making it seem like slavery is a
It's
mentality.
a mentality.
Yeah.
So basically,
All right, think
today's
about
it.
day
Yes.
and era.
I got something.
Yes.
So today's day and era, he's saying with the same thing with the mental slavery. We don't have to be mentally enslaved. You can break out of it. I guess
Think about
like he's
Yeah,
trying to
but
say
he
that
said
himself.
he went way off
Way
the
off,
wall.
yeah, way
off
off.
the wall.
I think he
Definitely
was
what he
saying.
said
So
was-
we giving him 14.
Hold on,
We're giving him
hold on.
14-year-old
Hold on,
privileges
J-Mac,
then.
what was he about to say?
Hold on.
What was he about to say?
I think he was saying it was more of us than them, so we was like mentally slaved ourselves. Like we was taken from our country, we was stripped from everything.
That's going back
So
to
I
my
think that's
point.
what he was trying to say.
He was trying to get a different point across,
Which
and
came
what
out
came
crazy.
out of his mouth
if he would
was
have said those exact words, he would have been straight.
Yeah.
yes,
But he was tripping.
So let me go back to Evan real quick. So you said it was ignorant statement.
yes.
You know what ignorant means to have lack of knowledge. You tell me Kanye does not have knowledge on slavery or his own answers
Honestly,
to
I'm
Or his
not-
own history.
Kanye is so removed from this world. Like,
No.
yes, he is.
Kanye live in his own world.
How do we know that?
Because
y'all live with him?
There's been an interview with him and Charlamagne the God. He even says he has never watched CNN in like years.
What does CNN have to do with slavery?
That's what he said though.
he
don't
says
know.
a lot of stuff that he doesn't mean. If y'all, it's like y'all just said.
Yeah.
I feel like when somebody says they're not in tune, that's not true.
No, I think it is.
Nah,
They're
it depends.
definitely-
But
They
you,
know what's
you have
going
to be
on.
honest. There are
If
certain,
you have a cell phone,
there are
you know what's
certain
going on.
brothers and sisters out here that are lacking knowledge on their history, bro.
Is Kanye one of them?
I think
from,
so.
From
yeah.
your opinion, Kanye is one
Y'all
of
don't
them.
know.
So that means we should be holding Kanye accountable then.
We should.
Kanye
For
is-
opening his mouth.
We already agreed.
Oh, yeah,
we
we cancel him.
agreed to what
We can
Kanye
hold
said.
him. We can hold him accountable, but not cancel him.
But let me say
Yeah.
something. Let me say something real quick. It's a thing called ignorant of the law, right? Ignorant of the law meaning that at a certain age, you are no longer ignorant of the law. It means that you are at an age where you should know what's going on with the law. Why is
Facts.
Kanye at this age of 30 plus, where he doesn't know about his own history, his own
Because-
ancestors?
Go ahead. Somebody else got something to say?
No,
Nah,
you
you
good.
good.
You
Wild
good.
out.
The floor is yours.
Because when you get to a certain level of status and money, fame, everything, those people start to be secluded. Like, this is what they know. They don't listen to anything else,
And I get that,
and
bro.
that's the point right
But
there.
this nigga was in high school. You know what I'm saying? You told me he didn't learn about that in high school? For him to make
Did
that-
you learn about
I
your
learned
history?
about
Did you
slavery. I
learn
learned
about
about no
your
black history in high
real
school.
history?
Yes, I learned about slavery
Not
in high
about what the
Hell
book
no.
taught you.
He's
Your
right. They don't be telling
I
everything.
didn't learn about.
Have you taken African American history at
bro.
HBCU?
Bro,
Then you learned about the
listen.
real history
Okay,
there.
I get that, bro. But in high school, you learned about slavery.
Not
You
at
know
all,
what I'm saying?
bro.
You didn't learn about slavery in high school, bro.
Bro, that was more middle school, bro. High school,
Middle school,
I
high
remember
school.
how I didn't hear nothing. No black
But,
history.
but at some
nothing.
point in your schooling system, you learned about high school. I mean,
My
about-
thing
about
is
slavery.
the,
But
his,
that's
the,
watered
the
down,
books.
bro.
The books in
It's
school.
watered down.
They be
It's crazy.
they
watered
water
down.
down all types of
The books in
information, bro.
school
Like,
is
literally,
watered down
They
and
literally
it's
don't
trash.
want to talk about
It's
slavery no more.
not-
It's like, okay, we were enslaved. Next topic. Like, literally, it's not a real
and,
dialogue.
and
Yeah.
when and
You
when
hear
talk.
more about Christopher Columbus than you do slavery.
Exactly, and he's
But then what's
a
funny,
cap
bro?
his damn self.
I went to middle school with y'all, and I learned about slavery. So I don't know what
I don't know what
So-
classes you
I think we was
My
in the
thing
same
is-
social studies class, bro.
My thing is though there's certain like there's so many nationalities that they compile slavery all in one.
Exactly.
Like as being a Haitian, I can't be like yo slaves. Like we beat our oppressors.
Yeah.
We the only ones. We the first independence. But it's like they try to conclude everybody into this one box. I just feel like as far as cancel culture, I think it's a good topic. But I think because we hold celebrities to a certain standard, that we only hold them to that standard because of their impact, not because of character. And I think we should start.
They left on the culture.
I think that because they left an impact on the culture, we're not gonna cancel them because they make great music or they do nice clothes.
J-Mac's point when he said
or-
you can't cancel a legend. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
bro, you
saying?
can't cancel a legend, dog.
But I'm gonna have to go
I
back
feel like
on that
you can.
because I'm canceling R. Kelly, Bill Cosby.
That's
and-
different.
That's
It's
different.
hard for Weinstein to
If
legend
you
in the
canceling
music
R. Kelly, I don't want you to
No.
ever play another
R.
R. Kelly song.
You know why-
what he do?
Family reunion.
You know why I feel like you know
cancel
what
him.
you know why I feel like you could cancel a celebrity. What's the difference between you and a celebrity?
Clout.
They have more money than you. They have more fans, and what? They drive a fast car. Okay. Other than that, they the same. They the same thing though. Yeah, but there's some artists in the industry that don't have talent. They be singing autotune. All they have is what? More clothes, more money, more anything.
You telling me right now at your kindergarten graduation, I believe I Can Fly didn't come on.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like,
don't
that's a memory you gonna always have.
I get that, bro.
That's a memory you gonna always have.
At the time, I ain't know nothing about R. Kelly's situation.
But here's the thing, though.
But I'm saying if you canceling R. Kelly, then I don't want you to play him at no family reunions, nothing.
Oh, I will say this. We talking about R. Kelly right now. We're not canceling Michael Jackson though, right?
Yeah.
When y'all say cancel, y'all mean completely
cancel
take
Mike.
out.
We can't cancel Mike.
Exactly.
It's Mike.
Mike made too big of an impact, bro.
I mean,
canceling Mike?
I'm not gonna say you can cancel because he don't make music when he's dead. You know what I'm saying? So you can
both Mikes, Jordan too.
Damn, been crazy.
I mean,
like I have an example. For example, this AB situation, like
cancel.
He's canceled, but at the same time, are we going to take away what he's done on the field? He's probably one of the best receivers. One of the best receivers.
Why are we canceling AB? Can I ask you?
Bro, he got dropped from the Patriots today.
I saw
because
that.
The allegations are looking like they're actually true. He texted.
We was rooting for you, dog.
I was rooting for him, bro. He texted Shorty. He was
I
like,
can't be in this corner no more, bro. That's my man.
At all.
Yeah.
So you canceled him.
I was talking heavy.
So we're canceling because of allegations.
No, bro.
Text messages.
He texted her and said, "Keep your mouth shut."
That's all allegedly because we don't know who sent those text messages.
His phone.
Everything's alleged.
Who got his phone?
Come on.
Everything's alleged.
Come on.
Everything's
Bro,
alleged.
alright, you tripping.
So basically, we cancel him off of alleged talk.
No, bro. He sent.
I feel
it's on his phone, bro.
I feel like as a whole, I feel like as a culture, we as like people, as far as whether it's a musician or sports, we determine who to cancel. So whether or not we want to cancel them or not.
Yeah.
Are we canceling Kobe too?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. You see, that is a great question, but we gotta move on. I would love to elaborate on that because I got a friend out there who's a big Kobe fan. But we gotta move on.
Shame.
All right, and for our last topic, we got Sandy Hook. The other day, they released a very controversial ad for the start of school, and then it referenced school shootings and a lot of graphic scenes, I would say. Well, what do y'all think about that? And honestly, school shootings in general.
That's sad, bro. It's sad that we got into a point in society where we gotta make it known that these are how these kids are getting affected. Like, our kids shouldn't have to go to school, you know what I'm saying, fear for their life, or like that video was just like really eye opening for a lot of things. It's heartbreaking, you know, like you saw that video, you saw the one kid, you know, talking about I don't know, just how he would have to maneuver if a school shooting was going on. That just the satire behind it was crazy. It was just wild, bro. And it's sad. Like, is that really gonna get somebody's attention? No, because we still don't have any gun reform or nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my thing about gun reform is, I'm not saying ban guns. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got the right to bear arms, and I know that the Second Amendment right to bear arms was made when back then where guns were like, you know, the musket, you know, where you had to reload. It took like 30 seconds to reload the gun, whatever. And that's cool. Now we got automatic rifles, and I'm not saying you gotta get rid of those. But what I'm saying is, you should have further psychological reevaluation in order to get these weapons. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't be able like just to go
background checks.
Yeah, background checks, psychological evaluation, all that. You shouldn't be able to just be like, you know what, I'm legal and I'm a United States citizen and go in there and grab a gun. That's corny.
The thing with that ad, did you have something to say?
I was just gonna say, I think it's sad we're at a point where we have to make ads to get our point across about school shootings.
And the thing is, with the ad itself, how does that help?
Honestly, and I feel the same way. I think
it doesn't do anything but promote fear.
What was you about to say, J-Mac?
I was gonna say school shootings have become normalized. Like, it's sad, bro.
Honestly,
I think it's like a double thing. Like, it's good to give awareness to the situation, but also, you got kids now. They see that ad, they don't want to go to school.
Yeah,
They're like,
can
I get homeschooled?
Still in
like,
fear. Like,
so it's just sad that this is where we are in today's day and age.
And that's like a PTSD thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of kids are growing up having PTSD, you know, and a lot of times you talk about how, like, you know, veterans come back PTSD and stuff like that. We never really talk about people in America that are affected by PTSD on our homeland. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, you know, somebody growing up in the hood and having gang violence, or, you know, somebody being through something traumatic and then they, you know, so these kids may have PTSD and they're seeing that ad may have triggered something. I don't think people that made that ad thought about that. You know?
This may sound crazy, but do y'all think that teachers should have a strap?
I mean, they should have some type of protection.
Nope.
Well,
some of these teachers trying to fight students. He might pull a strap
or
out.
the racist
We're
teachers.
50
You know what I'm saying? Like,
we're 50.
Then again, you have to go through a mental evaluation for that. You feel me?
Nah.
So you just said that.
Basically,
you gotta realize there are certain people. They're like, they could be like calm head and everything. There's just certain people that should not have a gun in their hands. Like, think of your 11th grade's English teacher, bro. Should she or he have a gun?
This Ramirez, I support it, bro. I support it.
Shout out to her, bro. Shout out to
Why I
her.
ask is like to play devil's advocate, because it's like, all right, if the teacher has a gun and if the teacher's in the right mind, she can protect the students.
I don't think that changes nothing, because if she's only protecting that one classroom, then 5 others is.
Yeah, and like giving teachers guns is putting a lot of pressure on teachers themselves, saying, "Oh,
You
I
have
have
to be
to
a
I have to
superhero."
go shoot
Yep.
someone."
You the head
And
of the
plus,
class, though.
Not a lot of people like that.
That's fair. And plus, they gotta like be able to shoot a gun. Like you gotta be able to have good aim. Like what if she
Yeah, like-
or he or she hit the
Shaky.
student?
Shaky.
I just think it comes.
Oh, like you in basic training?
Nah, fuck out of here.
No, but like you said, just like when you said they would be scared to shoot a gun and they wouldn't like that. Teachers don't like that. They have to go to these procedures and protect the kids unarmed anyway.
And honestly, I think this would lead to another issue. Like, if I'm a teacher and you saying I have a gun and I have to shoot someone if something happens, I want a pay raise.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Because you got a lot more resting on, you know, saying that job.
Exactly. Like,
And, teachers aren't really getting
Paid well at all.
what they should be.
Exactly.
Honestly, I think it comes down to just safety in the school. Literally, any of us could go to an elementary school, middle school, high school right now and just
like
get in.
so easy
It's
to just.
it's crazy.
Like, yeah.
Like,
Schools should have schools have metal detectors then.
I mean, the
That-
schools in the hood do.
Yeah.
But
That's
that's
the ones getting shot up.
Chill out, Kale. They're not ready for that. They're not ready for that
Why do I have to
conversation.
grow up going through a metal detector every day. That's the
saying?
thing.
Like,
I
I
don't
got
know.
a question. If you was a parent of the Sandy Hook shooting, would you send your kid back to that school?
No.
Would you transfer him?
That's a
No, I
great-
transfer them.
I don't think it matters at that point.
I would-
like, the damage already done.
It's already
Yeah.
done, and I
That
don't think
was-
it's gonna happen again tomorrow.
I
You know what I
think
mean?
me personally, I would transfer them, being that it could trigger things if they had to go back there.
That is true. Like going back to the same
Well, if you want to
environment.
look at it from a
Yeah.
traumatic standpoint, yeah.
As a traumatic standpoint, no, but you can't really blame the school.
Yeah.
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 If you don't got the funds to do it, I feel like you got to.
Yeah,
put
that's
your
true.
kid
And
in
that,
situation.
and along with teachers being paid more, they're gonna have to give the schools more funding.
Yeah.
To own guns, hand out guns, metal detectors, and
But just the whole situation with the Danny guy, especially the way he was treated afterwards when he got arrested. I think they took him to like Burger King or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
crazy
First of
shit.
all,
He got great hospitality.
he walked
fact
out.
he's still
He
alive is
walked
crazy.
out
He
on
walked
his
out.
own 2 feet. Like
The fact he's still alive is crazy. I don't like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like
exactly.
when they
Like,
did that ad, it's like, all right, like that just shows the kids. Like, what about the whole story about it? Like,
Yeah.
you can't just take the one part, even though it was important. But talk about the whole thing as a whole. I don't know. I don't like the ad. I think it just instills fear, and I don't think any kid should need that.
I just want to know like who their target audience was.
That's
for
a
that
very
ad.
good question.
Wasn't it the
Everybody?
clothing ad?
I mean everybody, but like not everybody needs to
Wasn't it the
be
clothing
influenced
ad?
by this ad.
Because the main
Nah,
ones getting
it was
Yeah,
affected is the kids.
Yeah,
man.
and honestly,
Exactly.
their target should be the government. That's the only
Exactly.
people who can
That's
change
what I'm
that.
saying. to
Maybe
push
that's
for
what it
reform.
was. Maybe that's what it was.
But I don't think they marketed it that way.
Yeah,
you know? Like the government not watching the TV like that during the
Exactly.
day.
Like-
Like, they out doing their government job.
I didn't think
gun
they
laws
marketed the
won't
right
change.
way.
They
though.
didn't,
Yeah.
bro.
They dropped the ad and was like, boom.
I think that should have been like,
Like-
it should have been a protest with a lot of kids in front of a government building. You know what I'm saying? That ad should have been played, you know, for government officials either during the protest or like something along those lines.
They would never.
Yeah, and I
do
would
that.
have to
never,
say,
bro.
also someone
people
influential,
love their
like maybe a
guns.
celebrity
That's
or
what
a
I'm
public
saying.
figure,
This-
they're gonna have to like step up and lead this if that's gonna happen.
Gun laws won't change because our country is built off of guns. They were bought slaves with guns.
That's a fact.
Like literally, slaves were bought with guns.
Yeah,
They use guns to take territory. They use guns to like take areas from Native Americans. Like shoot,
Yeah.
Only way
do ad
gun laws
about
gonna
that.
change.
About people buying guns at a certain age. Like, do ad about that and still do an ad about.
And I will
Yeah.
say, we're gonna have to wrap up on that. Kale, you got anything to say?
Actually, yeah. So we had a post on Instagram the other day. We talked about if anybody had any suggestions to, you know, hit us in our DMs and or any suggestions for new topics for our podcast, and a couple people did. With that being said, I got to shout out my guy Dice. You know, he should give us
Shout out to Dice.
yeah, he gave us the
Yep.
cancel culture topic. My man's E, he gave us the 6ix9ine topic. My boy Chan, he gave us the
Chan,
Chan the man. Chan gave us the the Sandy Hook topic. So
Yeah.
as everybody shout us out, we appreciate the
Also-
love and support, y'all.
Also, we'd like to thank our two guests, Jason and Bly.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
fellas, let us know
Yeah.
where we can
Yeah.
find you at.
Thank
Let us
you.
know where we can.
Good.
J Mac, where can we find you at, bro?
Did shoe, Walmart, military.
And,
Hey, he said he around.
and Bly, where can we find
He's
you at, bro?
outside.
Follow me on the gram, BBLY4. I say it again, BBLY4.
All right. Thank you, fellas. This is the Comical Podcast. We are out.
Peace.